Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant, hooked on heroes, hitting you with another hashtag Power Month. Happy birthday, Power Rangers, 30 years straight. Mostly, except for hiatuses and stuff. Anyway, and happy Power Month to all, and to all a more phenomenal time, you know? So today, we are going to be, next video, my series of most badass moments in Power Rangers. This time talking about Power Rangers Ninja Storm. So yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. I've been getting some pretty good traction in terms of views, a few comments here and there, and likes, stuff like that. So I do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We're at about 480 subscribers, so I do thank you guys so much for the love and support. It really means a lot. But anyway, also there'll be, of course, spoilers for the entire season here. So if you haven't watched Ninja Storm, please go watch it and then come back. And of course, my opinions are just my own, and I'm not paid by anybody, and guess what? Everybody has opinions, and mine's different. That's okay, because yours is cool too, so it's fine. Anyway, so Ninja Storm is a really unique season to me. It definitely gives vibes of it sometimes that are similar in the way that Turbo was handled, most of it-ish, anyway, until near the end, where it has a bit more of a comedic edge to it, but that's not to say it doesn't have its serious moments. What I think Ninja Strength, where the strength for Ninja Steel, Jesus Christ, okay. The strengths where Ninja Storm's strengths lie is in terms of its character writing, its narrative, and how everything cohesively fits together. Humor is used as a vehicle to propel the plot forward, or to give us a unique monster of the week that then the characters have to deal with in all their own way. And overall, Ninja Storm is really enjoyable. It was the first of the Disney era. Technically, Wild Force at the time can be kind of considered the first of the Disney era because Disney had acquired Power Rangers at that time, but they weren't the ones that fully were using their money to produce Power Rangers, if you will, at that time. So, but Ninja Steel is what starts the Disney era in general. So we've talked about what exists of the Hasbro era, the Neo Saban era, and now we're in the midst of the Disney era, or at least the beginning of it right now. I've gone through so many seasons talking about them. But Ninja Steel is a lot of fun. And as far as most badass moments, there's quite a few to talk about. But I will say my number one is probably Shane's Karma. This is a two-parter, which they did a lot in the Disney era. A two-parter where Shane eventually gets his Battleizer for the Wind Ninja Battleizer, or whatever they call it. And it's a really good episode. It has a really good backstory to it where we get some flashbacks to Shane as a kid, where he was protected by some kind of spirit in the forest. They didn't know who it was. And he eventually, in like modern day, meets this girl named I think her name is like, I don't know if is it Shayla or something. I can't remember, but he finds out she's an alien, that she is the one that protected him before, and she's the one trying to help him now, and he has to try to help her. She is, of course, being tracked and hunted by Vexicus, this shark-themed ninja that's eventually part of Lothor's gang, basically. A bounty hunter who is trying to claim her power for himself. And, of course, Shane's trying to stop it. And so, it's a really good little two-parter. I'm pretty sure it's a two-parter. Maybe it's just a one episode. But still, it's a really good little arc here for the Battleizer. I think Shane definitely earns the Battleizer. I feel like in Dino Thunder that I love Connor, but I feel like his Battleizer kind of came out of left field a little bit, whereas Jax was just the result of R&D at SPD, basically. SPD R&D. This one just feels a little more earned because he had like an actual connection with the girl as well. I think, was it Skyla, something like that? I can't remember. And had like a backstory with her. He doesn't just get it right away. Not that Connor really does in Dino Thunder, but again, that's just Dino Thunder. We already talked about it. I love Dino Thunder. You go over here, take a nice seat. But this is a really good little arc for Shane. I really enjoy the Battleizer overall and how it looks. Him earning it for the first time, his victory over Vexicus, and that it's really kind of poignant because the alien girl, Skyla, Starla, whatever her name is, basically sacrifices herself to give her life force to him, which creates the Battleizer. I think that's a really cool concept. I think it's something we hadn't really done at the time with Battleizers. And Battleizers in general are really fascinating to me because they're a completely American-made concept that eventually had a ripple effect on Sentai to where even to this day, Red Rangers every day and every season get some kind of crazy, intense power-up different from the rest of their team. But it's a good arc, and I really enjoy it. I think Shane's Karma is one of my favorite episodes of Ninja Storm. Definitely some runner-ups would have to be, or some honorable mentions. Definitely the majority of the Thunder Strangers arc, introducing the Thunder Rangers, and then eventually into the arc where they are freed from the control of Lothar and everybody, and eventually join the team. And definitely Samurai Destiny, or whatever it's called, where Cam eventually goes back in time and meets his mother when she was younger, his father, which we know as Sensei Watanabe, we already know him, but also Lothar in human form. That was really cool to see Lothar at the beginning, and that his dark desire, his desire to want to one up his brother and be the one chosen, not only to be in love with Cam's mom, but also to be able to take her power for himself, the samurai power for himself, was really cool to see that beginning of him becoming the deceptive, evil, dark person that he is in the current timeline. And just seeing Cam finally join the team, there's a lot of moments throughout the series up to this point where he's, able to hold his own in a fight. I mean, he's the son of a grandmaster of the Wind Ninja Academy, so of course, holding his own in a fight, and just in general wanting to be a part of things. He even honestly is kind of a dick at first to the team, and is constantly making comments about oh man, oh you guys suck, you should have done this, blah blah blah, and trying to one up them, even though he doesn't have ranger powers of his own. So it's kind of a humbling experience for him, and he does I think settle pretty well into the team after that, becoming a core member of the team and being able to work with them and not see them as a hindrance, I think is really good. But yeah, so those are my favorite moments in Power Rangers Ninja Storm. If I said Ninja Steel at all, I do apologize. I also apologize for constantly clearing my throat. I got a bit of a goofy cough, mucusy thing that I'm trying to get rid of. I really do apologize. But overall, Ninja Storm is really good. I love the morph pose for it. I specifically want to talk about that. The Ninja Storm, the ninja, hand signal thing like this. Ninja Storm, Ranger form, ha! And I got it right there. Boop, 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 boop. Thanks to Down Thunder. Is really good. I love the transformation morph pose for it. I like the Thunder Rangers are a little bit different. Clearly all coming from the Sentai, I understand. And that the Samurai Ranger one is really simple but needed, because if you don't know, in the Sentai, the Green Samurai Ranger, and that is basically warps between different people who play him, the different Sentai alums who play him. He doesn't ever have a centered form where he's transforming with a full-on pose and everything, as far as I know. He's very unique in the way that he works. But overall, Ninja Storm is a very enjoyable season. It's wacky as hell, but it's a really, really good season. I really also enjoy the finale, where they, even without their powers, are still trying to fight Lothar. He even says, "What are you? You're no longer Rangers. You don't even have your powers, blah, 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 blah. What will you do?" And he's like, "We may not be Rangers, but we still have power." And they each use their, Shane says that, and they each use their elemental powers to blast Lothar into the abyss of evil or whatever. So yeah, it's a really good season, but I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about Ninja Storm. What were your favorite moments, your most badass moments? Did you love it, hate it, in the middle? Again, thank you so much for love, support, and comments, all that good stuff. It really means a lot to me. But until next time, stay hooked on them heroes. I will talk to you later, and may the power protect you. Bye-bye. Happy Power Month.